welcome to this edition of The Link this week. And we continue to speak about information that you can use and opportunities. It has come to our attention that the topic of investment is very key and many people are interested in it. The other day we talked about bonds and unit trusts and land, and it got attraction, a lot of attraction from you, our viewers, and you asked even for us to do a space for 1 hour, which we did. We are continuing with this topic of investment tonight, and tonight we're discussing the issue of rentals or rental income. You build houses for renting, and the subject and things that are related to the subject. Tonight my guest is Mr. Nicholas Arinaitre, who is the Executive Director for Real Estate Institute of East Africa, and also the past president of the Association of Real Estate Agents of Uganda. Nicholas, welcome.
Thank you very much.
All right, let's take the first. Okay, thank you so much. Let's take the first question, Nicholas. If I wanted to invest money in rentals, what are the key factors that will help me make my investment count?
Yes, thank you very much, Setumba. First of all, you have to look at the rental yield of a certain location, whether rents are going up within that area that you are interested in. And you need also to conduct research, first of all, to know the factors that would attract tenants to that place, and not only attracting, but retain them. Because when you have a tenant, you want for long to give you money for a long period. So there are many issues that you look at. For example, more especially when it is for residential, you look at other facilities. For example, there must be like schools very near. There must be like if you, for example, you believe in a region like Christianity or a mosque. For a Muslim, you need a church. You need a mosque. Christians will need churches near. You have then schools and also, let's say, for example, markets where you can run the market very fast and go back home. Such issues. Knowing that for residentials, for one to like residential, there must be factors that promote livability in a place, and also where there is peace and habitability. Someone will want to stay in a place that is peaceful, first of all, a place that is very convenient, a place that has easy communication from main roads, a place that has easy transport network. So you need to know the reasons, even when where you are renting. Rentals for residential are quite different from a commercial. For residential, one wants peace, but for commercial, one is motivated by the profits that he gets or derives from occupying a certain location. So you must consider those factors. First of all, habitability, livability, convenience in communication, having schools around, having markets near, having some areas like worship areas and such. And you look at the rental yield of that place. How much does rent increase after a certain period? You need also to look at issues related to vacancies. How many properties, for example, are empty? How long does it take? How many inventories? How long does a property take on the market? The inventory period. So that you know that when a tenant is leaving or is about to leave, you have another one knocking on the door asking for another property. Otherwise, you can end up having your property without getting rent, especially when the place is dull and you have not conducted a good research.
Okay, thank you very much. There are people, Nicholas, who decide to, you know, like upcoming suburbs, which are a little bit far from the city, and they try to put rentals there. And they may have those factors that you have listed, but they are not very near the city. What's your take? Would that be a wise one, or when I invest there, I need to wait a longer time to start making the money actually? What's your take on such a proposition?
No, no, usually investments will follow where people have gone. People have gone because there will be a need. If, let's say, a certain area is getting more people coming in to live there, there will be services for shops, there will be services for school, there will be services for maybe like recreation. So any place that has attracted the population will always attract other facilities and therefore peaking. And that's how places start peaking. And if it has good communication, for example, communication network, it will be growing very, very fast. We have seen some areas where people have gone to live and they take long without getting high rental yield. But some other places which have opened up because of maybe infrastructure around and other facilities, they are growing very, very fast. So those are the things one needs to consider, more especially like the population growth, for example. Population growth also commands demand. It motivates demand.
Okay, very good, thank you. What are the typical challenges I will encounter if I decide to get my money and undertake to involve myself in the business of housing rental property? What are some of the challenges that are typical that you know of that I must or will encounter?
First of all, the challenges you will get is lack of information. There is much information asymmetry. You find someone does not have a research, has not conducted research to know how the property in certain places, how they yield in terms of rental. So you are trying to guess, you are following others. If you have not conducted research very well, you will find that you have dumped your money and it does not give you the money you want back. So there are many people who usually invest just following others while not first conducting research, and they end up losing out. So the challenge, first of all, is information. The challenge also where you are, the location. It could be a wrong location. We know some places where people, for example, they don't pay rent in time. There are some places we know. Others have a security problem, and the challenge is also when you get tenants, the tenants usually come posing, but when you try to do a check in the back where they're coming from, where they're working, you find someone can bring you rent for 1 year, and you think he's working somewhere, but he ends up not paying you for the rest of the period. So the information, first of all, it is information. Data is very, very important about the tenants, about the property, and about the market. You need to know whether you are charging within the market, outside the market.
Okay, Nicholas, you guys exist, the real estate agency, you exist an association and all that. Where can I find information if I'm seriously going to do rental business? Can I come to you? Do you guys have the information? Where do I find the information that I need in order to invest correctly?
First of all, we still have a challenge of information aggregation. Each agent has his own information, but somehow the association has platforms where we share information that relates to certain properties, certain locations, and certain agencies, so that you can easily know. We have platforms where we exchange information. If you wanted a property in Guru, I will give it to you. If you wanted a property, let's say in Rubaga, you want a property in Bararambale, where we have platforms that we can always use. And we use in real estate. For us, we do competition. We compete while cooperating. We use referrals. You consult your reliable fellow agent to get information, and that's what we are promoting. First of all, real estate education, and within that education, it has information sharing.
All right, thank you. Our final question tonight, Nicholas. Which is easier? What's your advice here? To build and hold and collect rent, or build and sell? And why?
First of all, it will depend. You have to have your objectives, and you create a niche within the business. Rent own, someone can, for example, buy a property, he rents a property, he buys it later, he owns it. But there is when one also buys a property to get in tenants, but the issue would be reading the market, studying the market. If a market is appreciating, then you need it to hold. But if a property's market is not now appreciating, then you need to sell. But you have challenges. The reason why you have to use the analytics in the market is that you need to buy when everyone is selling, and you sell when everyone is buying. Not just following, because others are buying, you go into the market. Just really, those who understand will be coming out and you coming in. And you face problems. So you need to first of all study the market. But it will depend on what you want and your objective of the business.
Okay, we want to thank you very much, Nicholas, for sharing this information. This is critical. We don't have enough time, and I wanted to ask you more, but we'll bring you back another time to continue this discussion. And thank you for joining us from wherever you are, very far from from Kampala. But it's nice you gave us your time to share this information. Viewers, we hope we added value to you, and here on the link you're going to find more information like that, which you can use in as far as your money is concerned. That was the link. Thank you for joining us tonight.